Thanks, Michael. Welcome, everybody. As always, going back through last week's game, good win at Kansas State, going on the road again and being able to win a good game. I thought it was really the first half was a half of a lot of big plays. I thought defensively we gave up some big plays that we're not used to. Again, don't like giving up. Think we could be better at containing the quarterback and in some of the scramble plays and hold coverage longer. But on the other side, we did come up with 5 turnovers on the day, and offensively we really took advantage of them in the first half to score 55 points in one half. You're doing a lot good. I think we had 11 possessions inside of 60 yards, and the offense really capitalized on that run and pass. I think we were equally effective, especially, again, we were very effective in the first half to get the lead that we did. Would have liked to have seen us play the second half a little bit better. Though you're using the clock and doing some things like that, you still need to be able to work the ball a little better than we did. Give Kansas State credit, though. They played well in a lot of areas, but again, we won a good game in pretty good way. Some of the players of the game for us were offensively Phil Lodeholt, John Cooper up front, and both running backs, Chris Brown and DeMarco Murray. Those guys were kind of our players of the game with those linemen up front. And defensively, Travis Lewis had another huge day, a bunch of tackles, 15 tackles, 2 interceptions, and just had another excellent day. So gets us in a position here at home now playing Nebraska, another rival game, great. Just a great rivalry, a great tradition. Always exciting, though it's, every couple of years, it's only for a couple of years and then off. But meeting them just a couple of years ago in the championship game in 2006 was exciting as well. Excellent program. Bo Pelini and his staff are doing an excellent job. It's very obvious watching them in the way they're playing, how hard they're playing, their defense, their defensive improvement, all of that. And then Joe Gans and their quarterback are really doing an excellent job moving the football. So all in all, again, a big challenge here, at home with Nebraska coming.
Bob, with the absence of Al, I'll jump in on his behalf because I know what he'd say. He'd look around here and say, nobody's here. Is this a sign of where the Nebraska series is now?
Well, I don't think so. There's an awful lot of cameras. Maybe some people just sent their cameras and they'll take it on tape. But I don't think so. It's still a great series, a great rivalry. It's different. There's no denying that being in separate divisions and having a couple of years off changes it to some degree. Then, the Big 8 days where it's just, the 8 teams and so much of the time playing after Thanksgiving with those 2 teams deciding who's going to be the Big 8 champion and all of that. So there's no denying it has changed to some degree, but still, it's still exciting.
The 55 points and the 8 touchdowns in 2 minutes or less, it was a really impressive offensive performance. From your standpoint, though, how impressive was it? What did you think about how good that was in the first half?
Well, it was real pleasing to see the creases we were able to get running the ball and being able to throw the ball as we did. Equally as to protect the quarterback and throw it, all of that. That's what you want. And took care of the football. That's another big factor. You're on the road and taking care of the ball, and we did. Up to the last, 4 minutes to go, we're looking to try and run it out, and we let one get away. But in the end, for the most part, all of that was good.
Coach, comment on the kicking game.
Well, which part of it?
There were snaps that you mentioned after the game.
Yeah, the punting was good until we get we have 3 high snaps. Our last 3 of the game are all high, where our punter has to jump for the ball, which throws his timing completely off, and they're rushing it, but they're behind 3 or 4 possessions, so they're coming after it. It just, that put Mike Null in a bad position, and, why we have a bad snap, there's no reason for it. You just have to snap the ball like he has thousands of other times. And, let's see, the kickoff cover, we had 9 good ones. We had 1 bad one, which seems to has happened to us. We're in a position where we just get a little out of position, overrun it by one position gets blocked out, and there's a scene. There's about 3 or 4, though, we're at the 20 and two or three were inside the 20, where you cover them like you want to cover them. The kicker on those, I think 8 of them were really pretty good. He had a couple of bad kicks on the kickoffs that doesn't hurt, or doesn't help. That hurts you when you have those. That helps set up a big return. I thought, our return game was good. DeMarco had a big kickoff return. We had a punt return for a touchdown. Those are positives. And then Jimmy Stevens has 1 out of 8, or what do we have, 8 touchdowns, right? He had 1 where he just left it out there. So, hey, we work it hard, and sometimes it's some of these guys just hopefully can execute better with fundamentals.
Coach, how about Ryan Broyles? How good was it to see him finally break one?
Well, it was exciting they were kicking with the wind, so they were, it probably, went a little further than, which gives you some space to time it up and get things going. And I thought our guys did a nice job giving them time to catch the ball and get started. And then Ryan has a great ability to make people miss them and find seams, and also has the quickness to outrun some people. So it was good to finish, to cap off the half, with that big return.
Continue to use 2 guys back there?
Yeah, to some degree. We like them both, but just depending on who, sometimes one guy may need a break more so than the other. But
on kickoff coverage, you're kicking off so much. Is it your theory that you're kicking off so much that somebody's going to return one every once in a while, or is it something that should never happen?
I don't feel it should ever happen. I do realize, like anybody understands odds, the more you do something, the more, apt something, can happen. But I still believe, the placement of the ball, at times has hurt us. But overall, I thought, the kicks haven't been the major reason. It's just our positioning, not overrunning balls, staying blocked too long, those kind of things that I still feel we ought to be able to handle.
Along the same lines, do you have any idea how many possessions Kansas State had?
They had quite a few. I know they had 84 snaps, and
I think it was 17.
yeah, that's about right.
That's a lot of possessions. So do you look at the 5 touchdowns given up in a different light, considering it was 17 possessions?
I mean, to some degree, I understand statistics are going to be skewed. The more possessions they have, it changes things. And short fields. We gave them 2 short fields, one at the 20, one at the 30, are going to change things. So I'm very aware that is that can happen. But I'm not going to use it as I still feel on a couple of occasions where we missed some tackles, missed a sack, we had a chance to make. Those kind of things could have held coverage a little bit longer, that we still, could have been improved that way.
Austin Box had his first extensive playing time at the Mike position. How did he do?
He did okay. He did okay. And again, you expect him to keep improving and getting better the more he plays and the more experience he gets. But there's a lot in there, and some of it definitely needs to improve.
Was it more alignment, Bob, or was he in the right place?
You're talking about 84 snaps, so sometimes alignment could have been better. Sometimes just reaction and to the play could have been better. But he's not alone. I mean, there's every position out there has that to say about him. So I don't want to sit here and critique one player. That to me just doesn't seem to be fair. But there's he'll get better at it and improve it, and he made some nice plays too.
Can you discuss Frank Alexander's progress?
It's great. Frank has really been a spark the last couple of days. Is finally, we feel he's in the condition and back in total, the game condition, and I believe he can even play this week without the brace. So, and he's made some nice plays. The sack and forced fumble he has there was a big play for us, and so Frank's really starting to come on.
Did you decide he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time on that incident that you didn't?
Yes, he was a victim.
Yeah. So I don't know any details about it. So.
Well, those are the details that I received and that the paper and the police reports reported that were all fairly public.
What's the status of Manny? Johnson?
It's getting closer. He is, caught some balls, did some drills yesterday, is supposed to do more today. So again, it'll just be how comfortable he is by the end of the week, and how much of the game plan, meaning in practice, is he able to execute it, and so we'll just have to see by the end of the week.
Are you as pleased now as you were, say, a month ago with the preparation of your team, the weight practices, and everything else? And
Yes, they're trying hard, they're working hard, and all of that, have good attitudes.